stop. Before you plug in that fast charger, everyone says fast charging destroys your battery. Your tech-savvy friend swears by it. Reddit threads are full of warnings. Even your mom told you to charge slow or your phone will die faster. But here's what nobody's telling you. We just analyzed data from over 160,000 real-world charging events, and the results? They contradict everything you've been told. I'm Nova, and today we're going into the engineering reality behind fast charging. Not marketing hype, not Reddit speculation. Actual peer-reviewed studies, battery chemistry, and real-world data. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what's actually damaging your battery. And spoiler, it's probably not what you think. Let's investigate. Here's what actually happens inside your phone when you fast charge. Your battery is essentially a controlled chemical reaction. Lithium ions, think of them as tiny energy couriers, shuttle back and forth between two electrodes. When you charge, ions move from the cathode to the anode. When you discharge, they move back. Simple, right? But here's where fast charging changes things. You're forcing those ions to move faster, way faster. A standard 5-watt charger, ions move at a leisurely pace. A 30-watt fast charger, they're sprinting. And for years, battery scientists warned this would be a problem. The theory said fast charging should cause something called lithium plating. When ions move too fast, they can't properly intercalate. Basically, they can't nestle into the anode's structure. Instead, they plate on the surface like frost on a window. This is permanent damage. It reduces capacity, increases resistance, and in extreme cases, it creates internal short circuits. Plus, all that speed generates heat. And heat is battery enemy number one. So the science checks out. Fast charging should be terrible for your battery. Except, it's not. A 2024 study analyzed over 12,500 Tesla electric vehicles. They compared cars that fast charged more than 90% of the time to cars that fast charged less than 10% of the time. The result? No statistically significant difference in battery degradation. These are real-world batteries. Real people. Real charging habits over years of use. So what's going on? If the chemistry says fast charging should damage batteries, why isn't it happening? 3 words: battery management system. Your phone has a tiny computer whose entire job is to protect the battery. And it's way smarter than you think. It monitors voltage, thousands of times per second. It tracks temperature at multiple points in the battery. It calculates state of charge, predicts degradation, and makes real-time decisions. When you plug in a fast charger, here's what actually happens behind the scenes. Phase 1, maximum speed. The BMS sees low battery, low voltage, cool temperature, green light. It allows full charging power. This is the sweet spot. The battery can handle it because voltage is low, heat is manageable, and there's plenty of room for ions to intercalate properly. But watch what happens around 60 to 70%. The BMS starts slowing down. It's detecting higher voltage, slightly elevated temperature, yellow light. Time to ease off. By 80%, you're barely fast charging anymore. The last 20% takes almost as long as the first 60%. That's not a bug, it's protection. This is why modern smartphones can handle fast charging. The BMS is constantly playing traffic cop, preventing the conditions that cause damage. But here's where it gets really interesting. Not all batteries are created equal. Most flagship phones use NMC batteries, nickel manganese cobalt. These are energy-dense, great for range, but more sensitive to voltage stress. Some newer phones, especially budget models, use LFP batteries, lithium iron phosphate. LFP is less energy-dense, so you get slightly less battery life. But here's the trade-off. One Tesla Model 3 owner fast charged to 100% for 110,000 miles. Battery degradation, 5%. That's it. LFP batteries are nearly indestructible under fast charging because they handle high voltage better and generate less heat. So the chemistry of your specific battery matters more than the charging speed. Okay, but what does this mean for your phone? Should you just fast charge with reckless abandon? Not quite. Because while fast charging itself isn't the villain, there are real threats to battery health. Threat number 1, Heat. A 2024 Geotab study analyzed 10,000 electric vehicles and found that fast charging in extreme heat accelerates degradation significantly. Your phone is the same. Charging on a hot dashboard, on your bed under a pillow, while running intensive games, that heat is doing far more damage than the charging speed ever could. Batteries thrive between 20 to 25 degrees Celsius or 68 to 77 degrees Fahrenheit. Outside that range, especially above 35 degrees Celsius or 95 degrees Fahrenheit, chemical reactions accelerate, and not in a good way. So if you're going to fast charge, make sure your phone is cool. Take off the case if it's thick. Don't charge in direct sunlight. And definitely don't game while charging. Threat number 2, extreme states of charge. Charging from super low, below 20%, or topping up to 100% regularly does create more stress than staying in the middle range. Here's why. Battery voltage is lowest near 0% and highest near 100%. High voltage accelerates something called anode saturation. Basically, the anode starts breaking down faster. A 0.1 volt decrease in average cell voltage can double your cycle life. That's huge. But here's the good news. Modern phones do this for you automatically. iOS 13 and later has optimized battery charging. Android 15 introduced an 80% charge limit feature. These systems learn your habits. They pause charging at 80% overnight and complete the charge right before you wake up. You don't have to micromanage anymore. Just enable the feature and let your phone handle it. Threat number 3, deep discharges. Letting your phone die completely, hitting that 0%, is way worse than fast charging. When a lithium-ion battery sits at very low voltage, copper dendrites can grow on the anode. These are like little metal needles that increase self-discharge and can eventually cause internal shorts. So that old advice to fully discharge once a month to calibrate, that's a myth from the nickel battery era. Lithium-ion batteries don't have memory effect. Deep discharges just wear them out faster. Charge when you hit 20 to 30%. That's your buffer zone for demanding days, not your daily target. So here's what we've learned. 1. Fast charging itself doesn't destroy your battery, not with modern battery management systems protecting you. 2. Heat is your real enemy. Keep your phone cool while charging, especially during fast charging. 3. Extreme charge levels, very low or 100%, create more stress than the middle range. 4. Your battery chemistry matters. LFP batteries are nearly indestructible. NMC batteries need a bit more care but are still robust with proper BMS. The bottom line? Fast charge when you need to. Your phone is smarter than the internet gives it credit for. The real question isn't, will fast charging damage my battery? It's, am I creating the conditions that accelerate degradation? Heat, extreme states of charge, deep discharges? Fix those, and your battery will outlast your phone upgrade cycle anyway. You just learned the engineering truth behind one of tech's biggest myths. Now you know exactly how to keep your battery healthy without sacrificing convenience.